Hi, everyone, and welcome to Everything Under the Moon. My name is Becky, and I will be your host this evening, along with my co host, Kyrra. How are you doing, Kyrra?
Hi everyone, I'm doing well. How are you, Becky?
I am hanging in there. I know this past weekend, unfortunately, you were ill and you missed an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
That was sad.
Yes, yes, yeah. I was not feeling well at all.
Yeah, that's not good. But, I think I don't know what it is about Arizona. Maybe it's because everyone goes back to school. I don't know. But it seems like in August, a lot of people get sick out here. It's like this tradition thing. I know whenever my kids go back to school, I usually end up feeling ill at some point in time within that first couple of weeks. So maybe it's just that, back to school dread. I don't know.
Well, it wasn't necessarily that, it was just like it was so hot outside, and that definitely affects kind of like my chronic illnesses. So that's what makes it really bad. But I work in daycare, so I'm surrounded by germ-infested little people all the time. So, yep.
Yeah, I know my daughter, my youngest, went back. She's a freshman now. And she went back, what, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I think now. 2 weeks ago from today, I think it was. Aubrey, who's, part of the team, she starts college on Thursday.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, so there's been a lot going on this end with school starting and the college thing and a lot of personal things that I'm not going to get into right now. Maybe later down the road. Don't feel like announcing all of it right now because I'm not sure I have permission to. Um, but tonight we also have Jen, who is on our paranormal team. Apparently, she doesn't want to be seen tonight. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
You're invisible
Well,
tonight. You're like May. May never wants to be seen. How are you doing tonight, Jen?
I'm good. How are you guys?
All righty. Luckily, Kira's feeling better. And I know, here's the thing, Kira. Saturday night when we went on the investigation, I ended up feeling sick.
Well, I saw that you were like, I'm home already. I'm like, that's early for them. And
Yeah.
then you're talking about the traffic being so bad and everything. I was like, I'm kind of glad because of the rain and stuff. Like, I feel like something would have happened if I drove there or
Yeah.
something.
No, I ended up not feeling well either. So we ended up actually cutting it short, which was sad. Um, but we, my family and I had gone out on Saturday and we were gone pretty much up until like an hour before I had to leave for the investigation. And we had went into Parker Canyon Lake area and Sonoyta and all that area. And we ate while we were out. And I had a hamburger that apparently did not agree with me at
Mm.
all. My stomach was so upset that night. I was just like, oh my God, I couldn't. I had taken some, meds before going and they just ended up not helping. So yeah, we ended up cutting it short anyway. And I ended up not feeling that great all day Sunday either. I was fine up until I ate that food. So I'm like, I don't know. And the funny thing is I'm a really picky eater. And I kept debating. I'm like, well, do I want a hamburger or a turkey melt? Because, there, like I said, I'm picky and there's a lot I don't eat. And I went with the hamburger because I'm like, it's been a long time since I've had a hamburger. Yeah. Now
And
I
now it's going to be even longer, right?
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay away from hamburgers for a while. I eat more chicken and like turkey than I do, unless it's steak. I'll eat more turkey and chicken over anything else. And yeah, that hamburger just did not agree with me at all. I should have stuck with a turkey melt, and that would have been good. Or I could have went with. Well, I'm not really big on cheese, but my youngest has decided to be a vegetarian.
Hmm.
So she always gets grilled cheese and stuff like that. So we're trying to adjust with her being a vegetarian
Hmm.
because no one else in the family is. And Will, my husband, is a big, big, big meat eater. He eats meat so much, probably more than any of us. And I'm a picky eater, but I still do eat meat. And Aubrey isn't as picky. But it's so funny because Aubrey like hates pizza and stuff like
Yep.
that. So when we're trying to
Me
like
too.
satisfy everyone, no one can be satisfied. It's like
Yep.
there's
Yep.
too many like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. And so this family is like impossible to grocery shop for, especially since Bailey now has decided, Mom, I'm a vegetarian. So trying to get dinners and oh my gosh, it's turning into a nightmare for me until I get like things like down and pattern. I guess grocery shopping is just a nightmare. It's a nightmare right now.
Yeah. Well, if you need any advice, let me know. You're talking to the vegan here, who've been vegan for
Yeah,
almost 5 years. So
no offense against you. I'm all for, vegan, vegetarian, all that stuff. In fact, if I was not a picky eater, I probably would be a vegetarian. But I'm just too picky. I don't like, I only like certain types of salads, and I have to have a certain, salad dressing. So I'm really, really picky. Otherwise, I would probably do it. But like I told my husband, Will, I'm like, at least she decided not to go vegan, because then she cuts out the cheese, the
yeah, it's a lot easier to be vegetarian than it is
yeah,
being
I'm like,
vegan.
at least she did not go vegan. And I know she never will, because she loves cheese. That is one thing she loves. Like, she will eat grilled cheese all the time. Cheese sticks, she just loves her cheese. Like, she would snack on those string cheese or whatever they are. So she loves cheese way too much to become vegan. So it's just vegetarian. So yeah, I might have to pick your brain on some vegetarian things, but
Yes.
keep in mind she will do the cheese and things still. But it's been definitely very entertaining the past few weeks, because she
Yeah.
decided this like just like a month or so ago. So it's something new that we're still trying to get used to, and it's just like it's just something to add to everything else that's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
But
So
tonight
funny.
we're having the show basically because of the fact that last week I was sick. Like I said, I always tend to get sick when the kids go back to school. I don't know if it's because they bring germs home or what, but I was sick. The guests that we were supposed to have last week, we're bringing on at the end of September. So we'll have this week and next week, 2 weeks in a row of a show. And then towards the end of September, we'll have a 2 week period with a show, because otherwise it's every other week. But the whole main reason I wanted to go ahead and still do a show this week was not only to make up for last week of not having one, but because of the fact that there's so much that's been going on and so much that's going to happen. I wanted to do a broadcast to kind of get everyone caught up with everything and let everyone know what is going on. Next week, we have our very first Ghost Connection. I know, Kira, you're not going to be there, but Jen, are you going to be there? Are you there, Jen?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I think I have to like hold the microphone. But yes, I'll be there.
Okay. Our first, very, very first time of doing this Ghost Connection, which is the new group that we presented on Facebook. For those who don't know, it's Tucson Ghost Society presents Ghost Connection. And we decided that we're going to do monthly events. We're going to try to keep them free. We're hoping to keep them free. We might have to run into some cost depending on what it is, but basically free events that the team are going to put on. And it's basically events to where they can come get to know us, come have some fun, hear some lectures, arts and crafts, stuff like that. The very first one is Monday, August 25th. So next Monday, our show is definitely going to really be counting that, 1 hour time mark, because I'm going to need time to get to the location at 8 p.m. But it's at 8 p.m. at JoJo's, which is, was La Cocina, which is downtown. That's where my Tucson Haunted History Tour begins. And it's completely free, starts at 8 p.m. We're going to have it for 1 hour. We're going to do like this sample mini ghost tour and ghost hunt. And then we're going to do a Q&A with the team and my ghost host. I know you won't be there. One of my ghost hosts is absent, but I believe everyone else is going to be there. I believe May's coming. I'm hoping May's coming. She's not on here tonight, but I believe she'll be there. Jen will be there. I'm dragging Aubrey with me, so Aubrey will be there. I'm like, Aubrey has no choice. She's going.
Yep.
I'm like, you're going. You're stuck, kid. So it's basically going to be everyone, except I think we're going to be missing you from the team and one of my employees. So they'll have the chance to get to know everyone involved, ask questions, and I wanted people to see what we did, what we changed when we did our rebrand, because we did that. It's now officially, well, the tour officially opens, I think this Friday. Isn't this Friday the 22nd?
Yeah.
I'm like, time is flying by. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the tour officially opens on Friday. My ghost hunts have been officially open with the rebrand going on. So we got new names, new logos. I mean, the Tucson Ghost Company and Society still has the same logos, but like our Haunts of the Undertakers, that changed names and has a new logo. Haunted Arcade, which is our Hotel Tombstone, new name, new logo. And the Tucson Ghost Tour, which is, and I want to point this out, it's so important, it is the original ghost tour of downtown Tucson, the only locally owned ghost tour in Tucson. But we changed our name from Tucson Ghost Tour to Tucson's Haunted History. And that opens on Friday. And it's pretty much the same route, except we did add a building. But everything is basically personal stories. So everything you're going to hear, you're not going to find in a book. The only way you're going to find it is if I had talked about it somewhere in the past. But personal stories. I know, Kyrra, you did a lot of histories. So a lot of history that has, been really looked into, because Kyrra, you're awesome at that. I can't say that enough. And we're doing EVPs. So there's, I think, like 5 of the buildings that we did EVPs for. I can't remember off the top of my
Like
head.
4 or 5, so a
Yeah.
good chunk of them.
Yeah. So you'll get to hear EVPs from when we've investigated these buildings. I think all the buildings except for one, we've personally have investigated. And the building that we did not investigate, basically we were personally told the stories. So it wasn't something that, should be common knowledge unless, the person went out and told other people, but they were personally told to me. And I'm talking about the courthouse, and they were told to me by a judge and by security people that had worked there. So I'm finding them to be reliable sources, considering it was a judge and security. So I would hope they wouldn't lie to me. But pretty much everything else we have investigated, we've had personal experiences on. And that's what I wanted to do. Since this is the only local tour in Tucson, I wanted to make it about being local, about us personally having these experiences and dealing with it. And I know you're so good with that history. And a lot of people, when they're not locally owned, they just kind of don't really do the research like you do. So they don't really dig into it, and they just, go off of hearsay, so to say. And I'm really proud with the way it turned out. We're going to use equipment at certain locations, not the whole tour, but at certain locations, the equipment will come out during the tour and people can use it. The only reason I didn't want people carrying around the equipment the entire tour is, number one, that would mean I'd have to provide like 20 pieces of equipment, and that's way too much for my ghost host to carry. And number two, it tends to get pocketed or dropped. So I just decided, we'll have like 5 pieces of equipment. They'll bring it out and make sure everyone gets a chance to use it at some point in time. And we actually lowered the tours too. It used to be 20 people. Now it's only 15. So it's a smaller group, more chances to, experience things, hear things, more intimate type thing. You get to use the equipment, you get to listen to the EVPs. I think people are going to enjoy it. I really feel that people are going to love it. My ghost host, Stephanie, she did one of the new versions of the tour a couple weeks ago, because we had a family come in from, I believe it was Washington, and they wanted to surprise their, I think, 12-year-old daughter with the tour because she loves ghost stories. And they did it, and apparently the little girl loved having the equipment. They loved hearing the EVPs. So knowing that, the first group that had this experience enjoyed it made me feel really good. And I'm really hoping it takes off. We needed the rebrand. We had to. When other people scooped in and basically were using the same stories, the same history, everything the same, we had to do something different. We're the ones that we know what we're talking about here. How many hours have you spent researching here?
I don't know. Cause I did a lot of research last summer when wasn't working. So I don't know. I probably say over 100 hours. I would say just from the past year, like really looking into things. Over 100 hours for sure.
Yeah. And then we're also doing our ghost hunts different. And I know, Jen, you got to experience some of the new stuff that we're bringing out for the ghost hunts when we went to Undertakers for the haunts of the Undertaker and the haunted arcade for Hotel Tombstone. So some of that new equipment was like the bell. Oh gosh,
So
oh,
motion detectors.
the motion detectors. We're doing live EVPs, so we're playing them back. We're doing like quick little like 1 minute sessions, playing them back. So some of this new stuff is pretty cool, I think. I really want to see what happens with those motion detectors, I think, the most.
Those definitely get me. Every time it goes off, I don't care if we just walk past it, it makes my heart stop, freaks me out. It scares me. It's so loud.
Yeah, they are loud, that's for sure.
That's good though.
We did have the one go off on our investigation Saturday night.
Oh yeah, they went back and forth.
Ooh, that's
They
cool.
always do it when you and I put it out. It always goes back and forth. It did that at Hotel Tombstone too.
Yeah, we had
Oh,
it.
it little goes as soon
It
as we
was
put it
like,
down.
I know when you're holding it and you're turning it on, and when you first put it down, it will go off because you're putting it down, so it's sensing that motion. But I had already put it down and I had already walked away from it, and it went off. And I was like, okay. And it went off like twice. And I had already moved away from it, no flashlight or anything flashing that way. So there would have been nothing to set it off, but it went off twice.
Yeah,
Um,
mine did that too. It
yeah,
was so
so
weird.
it's definitely interesting. I was telling Jen that my goal is I want to get another motion detector and another REM pod, and probably like another live recorder. But basically, what I want to do, I mean, right now it's not a big worry because we're such a small team. I mean, basically, it's us three and May, and then Aubrey when she's able to come. So I want to, bring people onto the team. And when we break into teams at locations, I want each team to be able to have a walkie-talkie on them, a REM pod on them, a motion sensor on them. Just the basic things that we use. So we're not like scrambling and fighting over the equipment. Like, no, I want to use the REM pod this time. So I want to get, we already have like basically two of everything. So I want to get like a third. So we can split into those teams and each have something. I definitely want to get better walkies though.
Oh yes. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, our walkies are so bad. We get so much interference. So I definitely want better walkies too, because we pick up all that other stuff and I don't like it. I do have a wish list if anyone wants to see
I
my
know
wish.
what I'm saying. I was like, you better be promoting that. Come on.
Yeah, my wish list is on Facebook. So if anyone wants to help the Tucson Ghost Society team get some of the equipment we need for investigations, it is there. Walkies is definitely high on our list because our walkies are really bad. But there's other things we need, like tripods for our cameras, because I only have, I think, 3 tripods, but I have like, I think 8 cameras, but we can only use 3 at a time. So, that wish list is there. We are a nonprofit, the team never charges for an investigation. Basically, everything that has been bought for the team always came out of my pocket. Well, not technically my pocket, I should say my husband's pocket. The company has not earned any money lately because it's been basically shut down. So I haven't brought any money in. So yeah. And then when we first started, I wasn't bringing anything in, so my husband bought everything for it. So basically, everything came out of my husband's pocket. And as much as he loves me and supports me, he's kind of tired of buying everything.
Yeah.
Which I can't blame him. It's like enough is enough sometimes. But we got a lot coming up, and just to have this equipment and this availability would be really helpful for us. And I know, Kira, you have a wish list of your own that you're hoping to get. You want to tell people what that is?
Anyone wants to donate money so we can get a newspapers.com subscription, I'd love you forever. There's a lot of things I know I'm not able to get history wise because it's behind that paywall.
Hmm.
Um, just because newspapers.com has like the biggest like archival, like as far as like newspapers. So it really covers like late 1800s, early 1900s. So yeah, if anyone's feeling really loves history and wants to be able to help out me, that would be amazing.
Yeah, and it is helpful because the history and the paranormal tie in so much, and that's going to be one of the lectures that we talk about. Doing some of our ghost connection things, and on our special event that we're going to be doing, you're going to be tying in history and ghost stories.
Hmm.
And that special event I'm talking about is with the History Museum, the Historical Society, which is where we investigated this past weekend. Um, we do every year. We work with them. They do this huge, I don't know, Halloween. I don't really know what to call what they do. It's like a trick or treat Halloween thing. What we do is the night at the museum. We do the ghost hunt afterwards, but they always do this huge trick or treat thing and scavenger hunt thing. I can't remember what she exactly calls
It's
it.
like trunk or treat, but better.
Yeah, oh,
Trunk
definitely
or
a lot.
treat's lame.
And what they do is it's at the History Museum, and Tamara's in charge of this. And I've worked with Tamara. She used to work at Fox, and I started working with her at Fox Theater, and I used to do a lot with Fox with her. And then she went to the Historical Society, so I do my yearly events there now. But she puts out different things from like horror movies and makes like a scavenger hunt. She has people dress up as certain characters. Like last year, my daughter was Megan, and she told me this year she already wanted to play Megan again. She has people dress up and go in different areas and just kind of, scare people and hand out candy. She has performers come in, like dance performers. I think she's had singers there before. What else? The trick or treating, the scavenger hunt, performing. Oh, games. She does little games for people. So it's like this big event that goes like 2 to 3 hours, and it gets a good crowd. I think the one year they almost ran out of candy, and she gets like a lot of candy. As they always store it in the back, and there's like this huge freaking like cooler filled, and it goes really well. I think we've been doing this for, I'm going to say 3, 4 years now. And after that event is when we do the Night of the Museum event. And the Night of the Museum is a ghost hunt where we go lights out, well, as much lights out as the museum can go. And this year we're going to do it a little different. So this year we're going to have 20 people that can sign up from, I believe the hours is going to be 9 to 10. And they're going to rotate in groups with us, so the members of Tucson Ghost Society, and we're going to hit the most active areas of the museum. And we're going to do like, buy VVPs, use our equipment, all these things. And then after that's done, there are 5 people that are going to be able to sign up for the VIP. Now, the VIP people, they're going to get a goodie bag, and they're going to have an extra hour in the museum. And that extra hour in the museum, they're going to be able to pick and choose where they want to go to investigate. So they won't have to rotate and, be in this low rotation thing. And plus, they will personally have equipment to carry on them. So it's going to be a little bit different. So there's going to be two different ghost hunts. The VIP will also, be able to do the first hour, of course, but it's definitely going to be different, more entertaining. We're going to have different equipment out. I think it'll be good. The 20 people 1 hour ghost hunt is going to be $35. The VIP is going to be $70, and that $70 includes being able to use a piece of equipment where you hold it handheld K2 basically for the full 2 hours. They get an hour of basically only 5 people in the museum besides us, of course, and they get the goodie bag, and they get the choice of where to go in that extra hour. So it's going to be fun. Definitely a lot of work putting all this together, but definitely better than last year. I think the ghost hunts are definitely better than what they were too. I hope they are. I think the new equipment is definitely different. Um, a lot of fun. I love doing this, so I can't complain. But and I know you're going to put together some lectures. I sent you videos of what's in the museum.
Yes, I haven't a chance to watch them yet, but I will in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, and you're going to try to figure out how to tie in the history. I definitely think one of them should be the mines, because the mines definitely is a very active area, and I know that there's a lot of ghost stories when it comes to mines.
Yeah, exactly.
Mining in Arizona was, of course, very big and huge, and lots of ghost stories surround that for sure. Um, but I did do those videos. I'm also going to put those videos on my TikTok at some point in time, um, and probably YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, I did want to do the podcast on the YouTube, but apparently I can't stream it directly to YouTube, so I'm going to have to download it and put it to YouTube afterwards. So for now, it's only showing on my Facebook page, the Tucson Ghost Company's Facebook page, and then W.E.B.B, our producer, Stan, has it on his YouTube, I believe, and his Facebook page. So there's basically 4 locations to watch it live, and then hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to download it to YouTube later, because apparently Facebook likes deleting my lives after so long. I don't understand Facebook lately.
Yeah, also I always feel like every time I log into the Facebook, it's like your page is not being recommended. Your page, like all sorts of things all the time, and I'm like, Facebook, why you do this to us?
Yeah, I have the company page and my personal page saying you're not being recommended right now, and I'm like, why? It doesn't even give me a reason why. It just says we're not
I
recommended.
tried looking into it, see if there's something I could fix, and absolutely it didn't have any details at all.
No, it's like you click on it and it's like blank. It's like they don't even have an excuse. So Facebook, do better. I know we're live on Facebook right now, but do better. I don't get why we're restricted. I don't understand it. So I've been telling everyone, make sure you're liking the post and commenting or something, because otherwise we're not going to be seen. And I'm just a small little old me, trying to run a company here. I don't have millions of dollars to put into advertising. Social media is my major outlet. And if I'm being restricted, that's not helping my company or myself. So, be liking things, people. Definitely like, if you like what you're seeing, comment. I know when we're live on the show, like right now, I can't see the comments because I'm in the different studio, but I will definitely respond, after I see them, and I don't know. I try to interact with people. I try to get things seen. It's just hard because I'm trying to keep up on so many social media accounts, and I think, pretty much every social media out there. But there's certain ones that I barely even touch because it's just too much to keep up on them. I think the major ones I keep up on is Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And Instagram, my personal one, I don't really keep up on too well. It's basically the business one. I'm really bad at keeping up on any of my personal accounts lately, it seems.
Oh yeah, I'm not good at social media at all. I never post ever.
It's like I do business stuff, and then the end. Every once in a while, I'll be like, oh, I'll share a post or something. But Yeah, I'm getting horrible on trying to keep up on social media. And I used to be like one of those people that I could like, I'd be wishing everyone a birthday, when it
Hmm.
was their birthday and, commenting and all this stuff. And it's so much. It's
That's
just
too
gotten to
much.
be like too much. And I'm like, I just can't. Trying to do too much, too many social media outlets. I think I was like that when there was like only like one or two major social media outlets. You had like
Yeah.
Facebook and, MySpace or whatever back in
Yeah.
the day. And that was like it,
The big two.
and that was it. Now it's like, I don't even know how many social media accounts. There's so many out there. It's like I can't keep up with them. There's some that I
Mhm.
signed up for that I don't think I've ever posted one thing on, but they're there. I'm
They're
signed
there.
up for it. It's like someone was probably like contacting me trying to get in touch with me, and I'm like, I don't even have the app on my phone anymore, because if it's not on this little thing, I never check it. I hardly ever get on my actual computer. It's like so rare for me to get on a computer. So this thing has become my worst nightmare and my best friend all at once. That is technology for you. If you would have told me as a kid I would have this much technology in the palm of my hand, I wouldn't have believed it. Oh, look, my Donald came on. Oh, you probably can't see it. It's a glare. Speaking of Donald, I'm getting off subject. This is why it's called Everything Under the Moon,
Yes,
because we
go
talk about
for it.
everything. I am already starting to get Halloween stuff and decorating for Halloween. I have lights outside that stay on all year round. They're like those LED change light things. And so for the 4th of July, I turn them to red, white, and blue. And, Christmas, they're the Christmas stuff, so I change them according to the time of year. I already have them set to purple for Halloween.
As
Yay.
you
I
should.
already have my one little flag out on my flagpole that says "Welcome, foolish mortals." So that's a haunted mansion. So I'm like slowly, got Halloween going on. Yesterday, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. We went to Lowe's and Home Depot because we're always trying to do little home improvement things here and there. Um, and we went to Lowe's and they had out their Halloween stuff, and that made me happy. I'm like, yay, Halloween! Home Depot did not, so they made me sad.
Boo.
I know. I was like, I was like, you need to get your Halloween stuff out, Home Depot. Get on it. Come on. But Lowe's had their Halloween stuff out, and they had Haunted Mansion stuff, which I love Haunted Mansion. And they had, their, little animatronic stuff and things like that. But they had one Donald Duck dressed as the devil light up statue.
Oh, that's
I
cute.
grabbed it.
Yes.
Yes, as you should. That's so cute.
I'm like, they had one of them, and I grabbed it. They had Stitch too, and I do love Stitch. I have tattoos of Donald and Stitch, and they're my two favorite characters. But when it comes to Stitch, I always find Stitch things. You can always find 626. He's not a rare thing to find. But when it comes to Donald Duck, it's very rare to find Donald Duck things. And usually, if they have Donald Duck things, they sell out quick. They were like always quick to sell out. So as soon as I saw that there's that one Donald Duck, I'm like, I'm grabbing it. And I'm like, and he's never ever being put away. He's staying out all the time. And right now he is literally sitting on my dining room table. He's
Nice.
like the centerpiece of my dining room. He's
Love
huge.
that.
I mean, not huge, but he's a good size, and he's sitting on the center of my dining room table.
I love that.
Here's the moment.
I gotta have my Halloween stuff. I did this past last week. It was. I decided I want a Halloween shed because all my decorations were in my backyard in my shed.
Hmm.
But with Christmas and Halloween in there, I couldn't barely even open the door. It's like I could not get in there at all. So I decided, okay, I'm going to move my Christmas decorations to my front shed and keep my back shed just Halloween. So I did that. And I have, I think, 4 or 5 bins of Christmas. And I think I cleaned out like that much space.
That's fair.
Yep.
I'm like, everything else is Halloween. And I'm like, okay, I can open my door now. And I have a little square area that I can put more Halloween in.
There you go. You can fill it up now.
I'm like, I
Decorate it
go
too.
buy more Halloween decorations. But my Halloween stuff is literally like from the floor to the
Oh
ceiling. I
goodness.
have so much Halloween. Last year I didn't even put all of it out. I did like halfway. I did not put it all out. I love Halloween though.
Me too. I've been dragging my boyfriend to all the stores to look at all the Halloween stuff. So I'm just like, can we go? And he's like, sure. So we go and we're looking at all the things, but like it literally is like, I want to go to Home Goods, At Home, Michael's. Made him go to
I
Marshalls,
was gonna say Marshalls,
Ross,
TJ Maxx.
Spirit Halloween. We've been to two different ones. Yeah, just been like looking at it all. I've only bought one thing so far though. So I got like a thing from Home Goods. It's two ghosts, but it's like Summerween, so they're in like flamingo like pool floaties.
Yeah, I've
Little
seen those.
ghosts.
Those are so
I got a
cute.
Summerween coloring book for when it's slow at work.
Nice.
I did like cemetery cupcakes the other day. It was cute.
Aw.
It's Halloween all year. That's what I
Yeah.
In my
think.
head, it's Halloween all
All
the
I mean,
year.
time.
I keep my Halloween stuff in my room up. I have like ghost lights that stay up all year. I have a couple of other like things that are Halloween.
I
I
don't.
keep it up.
I have like this on my desk
I
and a
love
little
it.
candle. And I have, of course, haunted objects, of course. But um, for the most part, if it's Disney and it's Halloween, it stays out. But a lot of my Halloween is actually I do scary for Halloween, so I can't really keep that out all year round.
Yeah.
You just can't
Just
keep the nun
doesn't
out
kind
on
of
your
fit,
porch.
especially when it's Christmas time and I got like dead, bodies or whatever in my front yard.
I mean, that'd be a
Gotta
Not
cute
have
real
way to
them.
ones,
put a
not real
Santa hat
ones.
on them.
I have bones, stuff like that. Not real ones. Well, actually, I take that back. Everyone's like, "Whoa." um, my husband goes out shooting, and whenever he goes out shooting, it's like in the middle of the desert and stuff. So sometimes he finds animal bones, and so he brought those home as Halloween decorations.
Oh
That's
wow.
fair. That's fair.
So I do have real animal bones, but we didn't kill them. That wasn't
There you
us. They
go.
they were just found out in the
They're just
desert.
there.
And he brought them home, and we used them as Halloween decorations.
You're just kind of reusing what the earth is given. So
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
exactly.
Yeah, we're just we're making use of them. So we do have those out in our graveyard because our front yard basically turns into a graveyard. I don't even know how many tombstones. I think the last I counted, I have like 12 or 13 tombstones that I put in my front yard. So it turns into a graveyard. And, of course you can go buy like those fake, hands and legs and stuff, but having real bones actually, it kind of looks scary and looks better.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not going to do anything illegal to get those there. So, what we can find to make it look more authentic is what we're going to use. I know I shared a post with all of you before the show. Yeah, I found on Facebook where they were showing how to make a dead body for your Halloween decorations, what to use to form a dead body. And I sent it to you because I was looking at all the comments and so many people were like, just use a real body. And I'm like, wow.
That's easy. Just get a body.
Yeah. You're just
I'm
gonna have
like,
to like
wow. That
bribe
makes
the
me
funeral
wonder
home.
how many of them do use that.
Just
So
go
we're
lay
gonna
in your
bribe
front
the
yard.
funeral
It's fine.
director. We're gonna bribe the coroner, or the morgue person.
I was
Just
just like, I
let
could
me
not
walk out.
believe those responses. I was like, I was thinking that myself. I was like, how many, when I saw that post, I'm like, how many people are going to respond to use a real body? So I looked in the comments, and sure enough, I'm like, wow, okay. I'm like, I would not want to do that.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to, have the cops called on me. I don't want to have that smell. And I
Yeah.
don't like the sight of blood. That makes me ill. I can't even watch fake blood on TV. I can't. Mm-mm. That's why you never have to be threatened by me because, yeah, I would get sick if I saw blood. There's no freaking way. I can't do it. I can't even watch gory TV shows or, horror movies because of that. And I honestly think that that's why one of the reasons why I don't like fake haunted houses, because a lot of times they use that gore and stuff to
Mhm.
try to scare
Mhm.
people, and I can't stomach it. I just can't. I'm like, nope, I can't do it. Now, if it's like really, really looks fake, like the stuff that you buy at like Spirit or something where you can tell, yeah, that's definitely fake. I can handle that because I know that's fake, no problem.
Mhm.
But when it comes to, them trying to make it look real, even if I know it's fake and it looks real, I can't do it. I just can't. I can't stomach it at all. Too sensitive to that stuff. So yeah, you never have to worry about me, having a real dead body in my front yard. That will never ever happen. The only problem I will say is we get some really major windstorms out here sometimes. And so when you use anything lightweight, and when they were showing how to make the dead body, they were using um, recycled like bottles. I think it was like a
Mhm.
milk carton and like
Soda
water
bottle.
bottles or something. I think what it was. The only problem out here is that would probably blow away. You would
Mhm.
definitely need some weight to it. You definitely need to put some rocks in it or something. Because there were like tombstones that I had that weren't heavy enough for my front yard that Will had to like cut open the bottom and he like put rocks in them to keep them
Okay, yeah.
from blowing away. So I don't really see how the dead body that I saw them post on Facebook would actually work, because I know we're not the only ones that get, like wind and storms, in October. And I would really think that that would blow away unless they hang it or something. I don't know. I don't know how you'd keep something like that from not blowing away. You would definitely need to like,
There's
put some rocks or something in the water bottles or something to give it some weight. But I thought it was a cute idea. But since I have like a graveyard, I think mine would need to be more bones than,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just get a
yeah,
skeleton out there.
yeah, get some of those bones and stuff out there, because otherwise it just, I don't look like I have a murder scene on my hands. I have a so
Yes,
Aftermath of some
exactly.
murder scene.
a murder scene. I don't use caution tape or anything like that. So, that doesn't work for me. But I do try to make it scary. And we have like the Grim Reaper, and I do have like a bunch of like little girl things that, have like the scary red eyes. And um my youngest, Bailey, does not like dolls. She hates dolls. And some of these, little things that I put out are, like doll looking things, and they have like the red eyes and do those, creepy voices and stuff, and she
Mhm.
hates it. She hates it so much. I'm like, it's for Halloween. She's all, it's scary, and I'm like, it's supposed to be scary.
Yeah. She
It's
said,
Halloween.
"Don't care."
We've had kids that like do not want to come to our front door because they get too scared. And so sometimes we'll have to like go out and meet them because of the fact that they
Mhm.
come to our door. It's not that I like scaring little kids. I like Halloween, and that's like the one time a year that, you can do
You
the
get to
scary.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's
Yeah.
socially acceptable to do that.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood when I was a kid, there was a house on like the other side in one of the cul-de-sacs.
Think we lost you, Jen.
Yep.
Just
Can
rinse
you
your
hear me now?
Yes, we can
Yes.
hear you now. I'm like, you're telling a story and you
What if
disappear.
I just
What if I take the headphones?
I don't know.
Well, you're muted now.
Apparently so. We don't know her story now.
I'm
We
gonna
have
say
no.
when my family we would decorate for Halloween. Definitely it's more on like the cuter like side of everything. We didn't really do super scary. And that's kind of like a lot of the stuff I have now. It's just like I wouldn't say it's scary for the most part. I think it's more like cute or like kind of spooky, but not like scary stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
The vibe.
It's so funny because the inside of my house is so different than the outside, because the inside's all cute. It's like
It's all
Disney.
Disney. Yep.
But the outside is like, oh my God, do we want to go to that house? And it's sad because some of the things that they've come out with, it's like I look at it and I'm like, is that all it does? And they're charging like $300 for it. I'm like, really?
Oh, I know.
Can't you be scarier if you're going to cost me that much?
Exactly. Now the scary thing is gonna be your bank account after
Yeah,
buying
yeah,
everything.
exactly. That's the scary part. The checkout. The checkout part of especially Spirit Halloween. I love, 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 love Spirit Halloween. Don't get me wrong. But checking out for anything at Spirit Halloween is the scary part because they're
That's
so
dangerous.
expensive. It's dangerous. It's expensive. I'm like, I'm on a
There's this
budget.
guy. Can you hear me
Yeah, we can
Mhm.
hear you.
now? Okay. So there's this guy that I follow on TikTok, and he does like every year he'll do the Spirit Halloween animatronic drops because this year they did it in like waves,
Hmm.
and he showed this one, and it was a clown, and they changed the voice track on it because people kept making fun of it. It's the one where the monkey jumps out of the
Mhm.
box.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah,
And we can't hear you again, Jed. We're like waiting for her to
tired
finish.
of this. Oh my god. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this a Verizon commercial?
Mhm.
Can you hear
Oh
me
my
now?
god. But his laugh was really nervous. And everybody was like, be nice to him. He's never scared anybody before. And it was like, it was really bad. But I think
Funny.
they changed the laugh track on him. Because
I just know some of them. I'm like, okay, you look decent, but some of them I like look at going, you're not scary. I'm sorry, you're just not. Some of them just look like they're like throwing a fit or something with the way they.
Yeah.
the
There's the
owl
one
thing.
they have that one, and it's like a lady and she's like moving all around and her hair's like flip flopping all around. And Aubrey's like, she needs a haircut. You can't see her. All you see is his hair like flopping
Oh,
around.
Aubrey. I love her.
But I don't know. I never really bought like those major ones from Spirit because they're so expensive. I usually stick with the smaller things, but I have gotten like bigger ones like from Home Depot and stuff. Like I have the Grim Reaper, and a lot of kids get scared of him. He actually needs fixed, but a lot of kids get really scared of the Grim Reaper. And then I have like some that like I'll hang up and they're like swing and stuff like that. I love Halloween. I'm like, I'm ready to decorate now. I'm like, can I just bring it all out now? Let's
I
decorate.
say September 1st is fair game for decorating. So
Well, that's coming up. That's coming
More like
exactly
in
a couple weeks.
October.
up.
October.
Yeah. So we're almost out of time. So before we go, I definitely want to put out there everything we are doing because we are entering our busy season. Halloween, the paranormal goes hand to hand, even though the paranormal does. Ghosts don't pick just October to haunt. I hope people know that. But we have, let's see, JoJo's. Well, we're going to have a podcast again next week. After the podcast, I will be going to the Ghost Connection at JoJo's. And like I said, pretty much almost everyone's going to be there except for you, Kyrra. I'm sorry. But I know it's a Monday night and you're in Mesa, so it's
Yep.
hard to get to Tucson. So we have that on Monday night from 8 to 9. For more information, check out Tucson Ghost Society Presents Ghost Connection. All that info's there. So we got that Monday. And then Saturday, we have ghost hunts open. So on the 31st, we have, is it the 31st or?
31st is the Sunday.
Okay, so the 30th. I'm like trying to figure this out. So the 30th, we have our ghost hunts open in Tombstone. The ghost tour has one this Friday open, and then I think it's next Friday and Saturday they're open. And then not next Sunday, the 31st of August is when we have Comic-Con, and I know you will be there for that one, Kyrra.
Yes.
So at Tucson Comic-Con, we have a panel at 3:40. That's also on our Ghost Connection page, all that information. And then basically our ghost hunts, ghost tours, all that stuff will start basically going weekly I am taking 1 weekend a month off though, for family, because with everyone being back in school and everyone working, we need a weekend together to bond and do things. Um, but basically, we will be running weekly, from starting, I think, next week on to November. And then we have our special event in October. We're going to have some other ghost connection things like a library lecture. Just check out our website at TucsonGhostCompany.com. Check out our Facebook page, uh, Tucson Ghost Company and Society, and check out our Facebook group page, which is the Tucson Ghost Society Presents Ghost Connection. Everything we're doing will be posted there. There's a lot coming up, a lot we're going to be doing. So please check it out. Please check out our rebrand. We've worked really, really hard. Kyrra worked really, really hard on the history. I worked really hard on, doing some of the rewrites and finding all the personal stuff. Our ghost hosts are working really hard with, trying to get the, route down and, how it flows. And we are, like I said, the only locally owned ones in town. So it's very important. Please support local. You definitely need to do that when it comes to, especially tours. Are you going to want to go on a tour that somebody from Michigan is giving, or someone from the town you're in is giving? That's how I look at it. We'll be back next week for an hour show. I know tonight we just kind of rambled and did our own thing, but it was just basically a catch up type show. Jen, if you want to go ahead and say your goodbyes first.
You can.
If we can hear you. Apparently not. Jen!
You're muted now.
I'm trying. It work.
There you go.
Good night. Thank you.
I'll help better headphones.
And Kyrra, if you want to go ahead and say your goodbyes.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We hope to see you on our tours and see our posts on social media and all that fun stuff. And always make sure to stay spooky.
And like I said, please check out, all those sites I mentioned a second ago, especially TucsonGhostCompany.com to book your tours and ghost hunts. I'm going to be posting a bunch of stuff on our YouTube and on my personal TikTok of some of the ghost hunts and things that we got going on that I did some videos for to try to let you all see what's going on and promote it. But other than that, we will be back next week with a special guest. So we'll be a little bit more on track next week than we were this week. But until then, remember, you're never truly alone. Good night, everyone.